Okay, so tonight we're gonna do a pretty long episode. It's gonna be pretty much like a full night with us. See you at the canyon.
Going to try to film the whole night. It might last 3 hours. So this is the first of 2 spots where we're going to shoot. So this is the first one, and we checked with PhotoPiz, but we know the spot. We've been here before. We know that we have that beautiful glow of the sunset right here between those 2 hills. The small hill right there is a bit too sharp, but I'll live with it. And
Sharp, you mean like it's
too steep.
Yeah.
It's too steep, and then we'll move just 1 minute further away for the Milky Way. Currently 6:30. We're not in a rush tonight.
No.
Altitude is 250 meters, and it's about 25 degrees outside, no wind. I choose to do a long video tonight just because it's the perfect night. There's no cloud, no wind, it's warm. We know the place. It's quiet here. We are offline, so no distraction. Okay, here's my usual preparation. I get rid of my wallet, so if you want to steal my wallet, take my bag. I usually have my cell phone here, but I have the habit of having my remote on this pocket. So when I'm not using it, I always turn off the remote and I put it in my pocket. So every time I go behind the camera to check, I turn off the remote, put it in my pocket. So I'm sure that I'm not going to trigger the camera while I'm going down. On this bucket here, I have a small cloth for the lens, because it's very dusty around here, so I always have to brush it. I always have to clean. In my back pocket, I have a backup battery for this or the other one. So for the 2 EOS R, I should have a second one tonight because I'm going to film so much on this one that I know that I'll need to change the battery on both cameras. And also in my back pocket, put it in the right place. And also in my back pocket, I have a couple of caps.
okay.
I have a glow and a black currently.
Okay, that's what I was looking for.
Okay, and I'll need at least a black and a reflector.
So I have a reflector, I have a few hats, but I don't have any more.
Maybe
black.
we left it.
So I'm looking for. Maybe we left
So
it
that's what I'm looking
yesterday night on a 2.
Okay, continue to get set up. Okay.
So while he does that, I make sure that I have what we need to start that I will hide under my dress tonight. So basically the caps, the feathers, and the sparklers, as well as the lighter. And I try to have a few tiny tube ready on top of an extender just so it's faster for Eric later on. Sometimes it's the kind of thing that we would do before a shoot during the afternoon or on site like today.
Okay, I have my flashlights in this one and the triggers in the pink pocket. I have 3 units. I'm going to use only 2 tonight. I just changed the batteries. We've been using the same for it's been 3 weeks now. Yeah. So 1 unit on this camera. I'm currently filming here, but this is going to be the main camera for the picture. So I'm going to turn this direction. Just going to connect on the side right here. I'm using a Yongnuo RF603 Mark II on a EOS R, and this is a 2.5mm to 2.5mm connector. So going to connect that thing right here. Okay, and the second unit turned off in my pocket right here. I still have problems with lens cap. I always put them like in awkward places and I keep looking for them. Okay, just as I've been doing for probably a year now, maybe more, I'm starting with this Olight M1X non-striker at full power. Oh, it's not full, I think. It was full power on the Milkyway tube, and I'll keep my second flashlight, the Nitcor MT22C. I keep it nearby just because during the blue hour it goes very fast, and when it's time to dim down the light in the tube, I can do it with the button here. I have 4 levels, but it's not precise enough. So as soon as it's too bright, I just switch to the Nitcor here. That it's very good for the dimmer, so makes things much easier. So most of the time I'll do, these days we're shooting a lot with the sparklers, so I'm using the light with the sparklers and then the Nitcor with the orange tube and with the stars and the Milky Way. So we got more things tonight because we're filming with the sound. But let's say we'll go this way and just double check that everything is still recording. Yeah.
Some pulses.
Yeah, so you can crank the ISO like that. Is that better?
Yeah.
Great. It's very early, but we could do a few shots with the sparklers. Gonna work with 5 different sparklers. We know in which order we're going to use them. We're starting with the brightest one, and we're going to dim down. So first one is the Rosy Pulsey, second Ice Fountain, third Morning Glory, fourth Neon, and fifth the color sparklers. There would be another one, the golden sparkler, which is the exact one that you put on birthday cake, but once we'll be there, it's gonna be too dark anyway. At some point I just get tired of using the sparklers and I want to shoot with the stars and Milky Way, and I want to have the ability to turn off the flashlight and keep the exposure on. I haven't found a way to turn off the sparklers on the fly yet. One day. We've been talking about using a small pot of sand and just killing the sparklers for just for the rest of the exposure, and then lighting it up again right after. I still have that thing. Oh, look at the moon. Wow. Okay, I go on bulb mode on this camera. I'm gonna start at ISO 100 and F9, hitting my trigger. I know that it's way too bright for the moment, or just to make sure the composition is okay. We'll do a small test.
3, 2, 1.
So that's under 1 second, and the light painting is already visible. So we could use sparklers and it would work. It's just that for me it's not satisfying because it's still bright and the effect of the light on the ground is nearly none, so it feels like it's just light painting out of nowhere. I prefer when the light painting has like that beautiful glow on the ground or on the rocks around.
When it has an impact on the environment.
Yep.
So it feels more like
legit. It feels more legit.
more organic.
Pure. Okay, it's getting dark here. We'll do another test, another circle. I have the remote in one hand. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Wow, that's great. That's great. So we're ready. That's the exact moment where we're starting.
For the records, what time is it?
It's 6:56. I flip the screen towards my way so you can have a visual confirmation that the half press is working. That is necessary for these mirrorless cameras. And we'll go with this Rosy Posty, our favorite sparkler. Is it our favorite?
I think so. Well, so far. Sometimes we change our mind.
Okay. The empty space is going to be on that side.
Ready?
Yep. I'm going to make sure I'm well aligned for this camera. This one is cool because it turns from red to green in 3, 2, 1. Stop. 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 And last 3, 2, 1. Stop. I wanted to have like the ending fading out. Sorry to time. Okay. So everything is great. The alignment is good. For first series, it's really good. Yeah, I love this kind of sparkler, especially when it's red. So
Yeah, me too.
okay, all of them are good. No trigger glitches. It's looking great. The moon is rising, right?
No, it's setting.
Ah, okay, cool. Okay.
It will be in our way.
Yeah, because if it's setting, it's going to go out of the frame, and then we'll be able to do star trails later.
Yeah.
If I plan to do star trails, then I have to make sure I keep the same composition. I think it's looking great. I'm just going to double check the horizon is leveled. The balance between the top and bottom is great. I have a lot of space up and down. Yeah, so let's just continue with the second one. So we'll shoot with the ice fountain.
Okay, we switch right away.
Yeah. Forgot to change my white balance. I was on auto, and that gave me about 5200. That's my actual value when I start. So now I'm on manual white balance. Settings are ISO 100, f6.3. I'll go to f5.6. Change this a little bit, maybe even 5. Yeah, f5. Screens towards my way. It's super easy here. I don't even have to run around this.
Yeah.
I don't leave any footsteps. You can put so many things under your dress. Can you show what's there? Not that many tonight, but
Yeah, it's not bad.
yeah.
We'll do a close up.
We'll do a close up another time. Okay. So I always check if my remote is still working, so I do a half press and I see right away it's giving me an indication on the screen over there, so I know that's it's going to work. Okay, this one has been a while. Whoa! In 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Stop.
That's fast.
Big difference with the ice fountain. We don't have as much smoke, and sometimes it's better this way. It worked. It feels like the sparkles are super short. I remember like one that was different, was like huge fountain of fire, but this one seems to be very small.
Yeah. Well, we can try the other brand if you want.
You have it here?
It's in the. There's some in the back. Red. They're longer as well.
Yeah, got it.
For safety reasons, like I'm the one lighting up the sparkler, because then I can control like let's say where it is, like how far it is from my body, and it's more efficient because then Eric can start right away. I just put the lighter on the ground. And depending on the sparklers, usually if they leave some like flames or stuff, I'll avoid looking up, just for safety reason. Even if so far so good. Ready?
Yep. Yeah, this one's a bit longer. In 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Stop. I go on strobe mode. In 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Wow, that is so different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. It's yellow.
Oh.
It's very yellow, yeah. Okay, so now it's getting darker. We'll go from ISO 100 to 200. F4.5. White balance 45. Yeah, that's looking better. So we're switching from a kind of purple peach sky to, it's getting bluish now, and in a few minutes it's going to be pure blue. It's taking me longer because I have to manage these cameras, so I'll go to ISO 320. Yep. Three, two, one. Stop. 3, 2, 1. 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 Stop. It's so bright when we're using these ones. Wow! Wow, that's great. I love how the colors are changing. So on the first one, I should have made my circle just a bit higher because of her pose, but the rest is quite nice. On one that I did on the side, like the side shape, I have one knee that is visible. Didn't move fast enough, but it's fine. Still see the moon. It's a little bit bright, so we'll stop using the Rosy Pussy. We'll switch to what's next? Oh yeah, the Morning Glory, and we're going to use the orange tube instead. Now I know that it's getting hot in here. I know that the white tube is now too bright, but just by switching to the orange, we're dimming about halfway, so it should be good. We'll do a first test before lighting up everything. Just a circle with your new trick. Check this out. It's gonna be cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. You're not perpendicular. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Oh, I need to
No, it's great. That's a nice one. Okay, so this is how we measure the right brightness in the tube. So I'm still at max power on the O light, but switching from the white to the orange is giving us so much less power than it's good. It's right at the moment, keeping the same settings, f4.5, ISO 200. Okay. So the morning glory is very different from the others. There's that special moment where the magic happens, and we're going to wait for that moment. So I'll be waiting until I hear the pops, and Kim knows, so she's going to stay still until we hear it, and then I go for a circle. Now, again. So that was only one circle. The rest is kind of boring, but we'll do it. 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Stop. And 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay, that's enough. Well, this one is very long. So that's the Imperial, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so even the boring part turned out really nice on this one. I got exactly what I was looking for the moment where everything is exploding. It's looking great.
Can we put another one?
Yeah, so we'll use another one, but let's do it the right way. I want to do the same, but without the color of the tube. And yeah, so it would work just to turn off the light, but sometimes we get some weird lines inside of the tube. So we're going to use the black tube instead, and I'm going to do the exact same sequence. I think I need a bit more brightness in here. We'll go to f3.2, and in the black tube I don't need a flashlight, but I'm going to use one just for the grip.
Oh no.
What?
No, c'est bon. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Woohoo! Yeah! 3, 2, 1. Stop. 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 And 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay. Great. Nice. I feel like it's a bit too early for this. Yeah, it might be too early. Like it's beautiful, but it seems a bit weak.
The balance is not optimal.
Balance is not optimal. Okay, hey, we'll do something. Can we go back to the Rosy Posy with the black tube? Simply because the Rosy Posy is much brighter, so we'll have a better effect on the ground. She's doing everything. I'm just pressing the button.
Yeah. Usually I do that while he's checking out the things, but I didn't have time.
I didn't give you the time.
No control. Okay.
Yep. Three, two, one. Stop. 3, 2, 1. 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 Stop. Okay. Yeah, well, this one is too bright. Whoa. Now that's interesting. There's a huge difference between the two. The Rosy Posy is fire and smoke. Like, too many things. It's just too much, I think. Feels like you're on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so ISO 640 now, white balance, 4000. We'll go back to the orange tube, and we said it before, but I have this orange tube that is even on every side, and I have this one here with the black cover that is great to hide myself, but in this case here I really want the whole foreground to have like a beautiful gradient also on the back. So if I'm using this one, I have no light behind, so I'm switching to this one here, and you can clearly see the difference behind me. It's much brighter, so I'll go with this. And also we switched to the Nitcore flashlight, so we can dim down the light a little bit. Now it's getting dark.
Same cap.
Same cap, and we'll use one of the neon or whatever.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah. In 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Stop. And go on strobe. 3, 2, 1. Stop. And again 3, 2, 1. Stop. That's a short one. Oh, nice. Maybe I changed my mind. I'll try something, okay? With no sparklers. So on the left side, this small hill is much closer than the other, the right side, and so we have kind of a unbalanced thing where it's too bright on one side. So I'll try to get everything black. We'll go with the other orange tube with a cap. So I'm at f2.8 ISO 800. No fireworks. White cap. White cap, so we have more light on the ground. And that's kind of a test. Not sure where I'm going with this. But yeah, my ideal would be to have everything black behind you. I wish I could have the foreground too, but I think it's going to be one or the other in that case. Okay. Feels quiet without the sparklers. Get ready in 3, 2, 1. Oh, sorry. 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay. So. Got it. Got it. That's what I was looking for on this one. Okay. I'm thinking. We'll stop playing with the sparklers simply because they're great on the ground here, but they're going to light up this part over here, and I want to avoid that for the rest of the night. But that doesn't mean that we cannot have fun, so I go with this tube, and I'll make it a bit longer, and we use an orange feather on top of that. So this is the extender. I put a small orange. This is the same one as what Kim has. We're going to make it longer. Meow. 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 Great, so I have a black cap with holes. So I have light that goes out of it, and it's super easy to get this cap on and off, but also the feather, because it's a zip tie that fits exactly in this cap right here. Available on getthetubes.com. Is this long video just a big advertising for the tubes?
Yeah.
Maybe not. I'm trying to teach something in here. Okay, so now it's much longer. Get ready. In 3, 2, 1. Stop. In 3, 2, 1. Stop. So I keep the exposure just a bit longer to have a bit more of the sky. I'm still on bold mode. I trigger with my left hand. So I do a longer one. In 3, 2, 1. Stop. In 3, 2, 1. Stop. And last one. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, so on the last one, your face should be visible because I went just a little bit in front of you. Yep. And also we have my knee. I have super long knees. Yeah, feather is great. Yeah, that's working well. At this point, we have the tail of the Big Dipper over here. That is not great in the framing, but I don't want to move my camera because the more we go on, the more I know that we're going to shoot some star trails later, so that's going to be a composite. So these stars are going to go out of the way, but I need the sky to be a bit brighter. Okay, so we need to balance the things a little bit more. So can you dim down the flashlight a little bit? And here I'm going to go from f2.8 to f1.8. Then you can do a circle.
3, 2, 1.
Come on, you have just one arm. Do it again, a bit lower.
Why is this? Okay.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
It's a bit wobbly, but I know it's longer, so it's harder with this one. Okay, do it again. Try to be as low as you can and keep the exposure just a bit longer. So turn off the light when you're done.
3, 2, 1.
Oops, sorry. That was better. It feels like it's like an egg a little bit.
Yeah.
So when you changing hand, it feels like you're bring it more on your right side. I know. I know.
No, it's not that.
I know.
You know, it's the second time I do it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, perfect circle. Oh, that's great. Wow. I'd like to film that from this point of view. Okay, I'm going to go on video mode. Okay. So when you're ready.
3, 2, 1.
Wow. Okay, going back to picture. So the whole goal about this was to just figure out the right settings.
Yeah.
But
Why not having fun?
yeah, great circle. So I'm going from one camera to the other because they are overeating. Okay, don't move in 3, 2, 1. Stop. I'm sure that your circle is better than mine. In 3, 2, 1. In 3, 2, 1. In 3, 2, 1. Stop. What? In 3, 2, 1. Stop. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, my circle is better than yours.
I knew that.
It's a bit dark, but the balance is good. So everything is a bit too dark in here, but I just switched from ISO 800 to 1600. And I think it's going to be a good time to start to have fun with the black tube. And just a small one. So we'll switch just the top and I'll keep the feather. Okay, now when we do this now, obviously it's not bright enough, so I have to go back to max power on this flashlight. Okay, I'm not too sure about the brightness, so we'll do first test using this in 3, 2, 1. Stop, and then I go on strobe mode on the knit core. In 3, 2, 1. Stop. It's yes and no. Yeah, I never tried something like this, so it's not a big difference, but having the feather is making us use a half cap, so we have light that is going out of the tube, and then we have that line on the ground, which I'm not super happy with. And also Kim, so you have the horizon just yeah, the waist. Okay, so try to have your arm just a bit higher, or like not here. It's like you're kind of mixing up with the second level. Thank you. Okay, we'll get rid of the feather. We should only with the white sticker. I also feel like we have that line on the ground, but not much light all around. So switching for this bouncing cap. So this is a black cap with a white sticker on the inside. So you clearly see that this is super bright here at the top, and this should give us more light on the ground, and we'll get rid of that line also. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Again in 3, 2, 1. Stop. Again 3, 2, 1. Stop. Again 3, 2, 1. Stop. So I popped the light a little bit more on this one just to see if we could get more light on the ground. That's not bright enough. Okay, so I'll go at ISO 32. Was it at max power?
No.
Ah. So that last series was kind of a fail. We will do it again. In 3, 2, 1. Oops. 3, 2, 1. Oops. 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Step. Going on strobe. Three, 2, 1. I keep the light on a little bit. Okay. Let me have a look. Yes, that is so much better. And it's interesting, we have the glow of the moon on top of the hill on the left side. Ooh! I got something interesting here. So I did a 3/4 of a circle with your arm on the empty space. Looking well, looking good. Yeah, these are great. I have what I was looking for. We have the foreground that is orange, then we have the first background with the mountains, pitch black, and then the blue sky behind. Super happy with that. Everything's good on your side?
I think so.
Great. So I'm still not moving this. Okay, what's next? What if, just for fun, we take the weaker sparkler we have and we see what we could do with that?
Okay. So it's convenient.
In 3, 2, 1. Stop. In 3, 2, 1. Up. 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Stop. 3, 2, 1. Stop. Oops. That's gonna be an ugly one. Are we done here?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Stop. Should have started from the other side on this one. Okay, and that's great. Well, it's properly lit. It's just that now I'm starting to dislike this hill on the left side. We still have the glow of the moon. We could build something to hide the back of the sparkler. Anyway, okay, I wanted to see the difference between the black and black plus white reflector on a tiny rose bronze. That's very precise. All of that on the black too. Okay, now it's officially over for the sparklers. And we did the 5 sparkler types that we mentioned at the beginning, but just not in the same order.
Yeah.
And now what I want to test is, like lately I've been having super great results using the black tube and the rose brown small on top here. Like it gives kind of a glow on Kim. It's really great. But I want to see what's the difference if I'm using this bouncing cap versus only a black cap that is not bouncing anything. So first one with the bouncing cap in 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay. And take the one. In 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay, and also when shooting with these small tubes, it's much harder to hide myself behind Kim. It's always hard to hide yourself behind Kim Henry, but especially with this because there's no light to hide your body. So I really have to be careful to be in line. So on some of those pictures, I'm probably visible, but when I get the right alignment, it's really cool because, well, it's all about being at the right place, but also a bit lower. When I'm lower, it's just easier. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at the result. Yeah, the difference is huge. Yeah. the two pictures are good, okay, but I think that the flashlight is a bit bright for this. This seems brighter than the orange one.
Yeah.
This small tube seems to be brighter. Okay, I'd like to do the same test on strobe.
So start with white.
Yeah, and I'll go a bit faster also. Like these two pictures are a bit too bright. Okay, strobe mode. I'll go a bit faster, but the exposure time is going to be more or less the same because I'm going to keep the light off a little bit. In 3, 2, 1. Ok. Hop, j'ai perdu.
On va recommencer avec un autre. C'est bon.
On va refaire. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. And that was that one, yeah. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now to do a better test, I should have switched to manual mode instead of both to have the exact same exposure time on both. Okay, that's the exact thing I was expecting. On with the reflective one, you're glowing. It's so bright, and on the other one, no, it's just not good. It's crazy, like the difference it's making from one to the other. Wow. And I think we'll have to change spot very soon. But I want to test also with the gold one, the small gold. I'm not sure why, but I've been thinking about that recently. Okay, quick test with the gold small tubes and these rocks in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Whoa. Okay, we have the same kind of effect. The gold is turning a bit greenish, so but I would change that in post a little bit, but the quality is great. That's a good option. Okay, we'll move to the more classic things. So I'll switch to ideally I would use the frosted tube at this point, but my frosted is 360, so I would have light on the small hill over there. So I use a Milky one instead, and yeah, Milky white. So this one is going to go on top of the black tube, and this is still a prototype, and I'll need a black cap also for the white tube, just to avoid having the line the ground. I'll try a new trick also. I'll play two switches, the two buttons for the flashlight, so I can turn them off at the same time on both of them. Go on this side. Okay, so the two flashlights are going inside like this, and then I take these two buttons, get them back to back, tape them, That's very experimental. Okay, now am I able to turn on and off the two at the same time? The answer is yes, obviously.
Yeah.
And then, so I have a blade on the black tube and just a black cap on the other one to block the light. So the one with the blade is going to go on strobe. That's great. And the other one should be dim enough so we don't see it too much. Probably this, even less.
Yeah.
This. Okay, get ready in 3, 2, 1. Stop. Wow, it's working well. Oops. Okay, that's too bright. That's too bright for the tube itself, and I'd like to have a gap between the blade and the tube. So I'm going to use a what's the name of that thing? No, the slider. Yeah. So the slider is just a small piece, black piece that we put on the tube. So it's going to go on the white one right here just to block the light. You need to put it under the elastic. Okay, we'll try the same with a slider, just to have a gap between the white tube and the blade itself. But the concept is working well. It's easy to manipulate, turn on and off two flashlights at the same time. So one is on strobe, the other one on continuous. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Whoops. Fail. Et encore. In 3, 2, 1. Stop. Do it again. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah, I'll try something. It's a bit loose. I have to make something about that. 3, 2, 1. Stop. See what I did?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, the last thing I did was not working at all, because that kind of shape is great when we don't have a light in the middle. But the rest is cool. My alignment is not that great, and I'd like to have a bigger gap. Yeah, so that's a different blade, and this one has a lot of black on it, so probably going to be better for what I have in mind, at least. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oops. Marche pas si je fais ça. Before we continue, starting from now, instead of using bulb, I go on manual on this camera, and the idea is to use a fixed exposure, something that I know is going to work well. And I think that 8 seconds is going to be good. And now I won't have to hold the bulb button on this remote anymore. I just have to press once, and it's going to take a picture for 8 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay, again. three, three, 3, 2, 1. Stop. And I'll change the angle of this one. So I was facing, it's hard to move. Yeah, so now I'll be sideways with the blade in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Whoa, that is so much better. With this blade, it feels like a necklace of pearl. Are you cold? Okay, and I think we have enough for this spot. Yeah, the details on the blade on this one are not visible at all. You're super crisp. Your fingers, you're so solid. Okay, I want to do star trails now. So I'll set up this camera, I'll stop filming here, then we're going to move to the second spot. So there's going to be a 30-minute break. So I need to change the battery on this one. We'll do 30-second exposure times, I don't know, times 60. Yeah, 60. We take 60 frames of 30 seconds each, so half an hour, just to get some star trails. We checked with photopills, and the stars are going this direction. That's going to look good for these pictures. I'm not going to use star trails on all of them, of course, because it's going to look fake. But probably 2 of those images are going to have star trails. You can move.
Yeah.
Need a hand. And Kim is going to change to black, so black clothing. Very important to keep the camera at the same place for the whole time. Okay, yeah, I need to change the battery on this one. 30-second exposure. Instead of f1.8, I'm going to f7 and ISO 800. I'll do first test, and this is going to give me kind of a black picture with only a few small streaks of light from the stars. It's cool. We see the Milky Way now, and it's not in my way for the moment. I'm just on the right side of the Milky Way. It's perfect, because otherwise, I don't think it's working. Doing star trails with the Milky Way, I never tried that, but
I don't know. It's probably be pretty easy.
okay. I don't have an intervalometer. I hate saying that word. So what I do is that I go on burst mode on the camera. I know it feels strange, but that's what I do. Burst mode on the camera, and then I just press on and on. I keep the button pressed on my trigger, and then it's just going to keep taking pictures. So we're going to clean up a little bit here, then we'll be in pitch black for half an hour for these pictures. Okay, see you at the other place. It's been a few months since we did this one, and we just watched it. As we're in the break between the blue hour and the Milky Way shots, and we're currently shooting the star trails, I thought we could talk a little bit. Not for 30 minutes. No, it's just that I wanted to. What did I want to say? And maybe it's clearer for you guys by seeing this that we missed a lot of the shots. I fail a lot, especially in those conditions where I have to think about 4 cameras. managing the settings on all of them, composition. So there was a lot for me to think, and I missed many, but I have at least 4 solid ones. And that's the usual success rate. Sometimes I have more, but it doesn't matter, because even if I have 2 good circles back to back, they're so similar that I won't use both of them. But the goal is really like to do enough, kind of find the right balance between doing enough shots but not just shooting on and on without thinking. So just the right balance, taking the time to see what works best, the best colors, the best tool for the current situation, managing the composition, managing the elements, how the moon is moving away from the frame in this case. We had the Big Dipper also that was not the right place, but I had to live with it. And so, and what you saw from these shots is pretty much the original ones, and these are the final ones. So the 4 images that I selected from the Blue Hour: 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, so we talked about that a bit earlier. It doesn't, like, watching this, it's not the same feeling that as what we usually do, just because I had a mic on me, so I had to constantly think about, it's not natural for me to do this. Normally it's a bit more, I don't know, relaxed, especially in those conditions where it was so quiet, so calm. So it felt a bit cold, I think, by watching this.
Well, to me, it's interesting because it's not. It's like having a feel of what's going on in your head during the shoot. You know, because usually when there are only the 2 of us, we'll talk, we'll exchange much more. But then, since we were more in a teaching kind of setup, and I was not mic'd for most of the night, I feel like, because like even me, like during, I could hear you talk, but I could not. Sometimes I didn't know what you were saying because you were talking to your mic. So it was like, so watching it, it's almost as if we have access to what's going on in your head, which is interesting.
Yeah. So you didn't see the last part yet?
No.
Which is coming up. There's a very intense moment at the end of the stop motion. After 30 minutes of you crisp. It's very intense. Okay, let's go back to that video. Okay, we're back. It's nearly 9 p.m. We've been shooting over an hour at the other spot, which was just a few minutes over there. And now it's getting really dark, so sorry, it's gonna be hard to see. But that's our lovely spot right there. Nice. Okay, you don't see it now, but it's going to look magical in a few minutes. Let's try to continue with the same tube kit that we had, with the white and the black, the blade. This is a blade with a black sticker on it, kind of to create a moon crescent. Turn it on. So this one is blinking, the blade is blinking because the flashlight is on strobe mode, and on the other one it's on continuous mode. And can you show the other end with the 2 switches? So this is 2 remotes on 2 flashlights, and I tape the 2 together so I can pop on and off the whole kit together. Wait, now it's so different from what we were doing earlier. Oops. It's different because we're shooting with the Milky Way, so it's a longer exposure. It's about 13 seconds. I'm just looking for a spot where to put this one. So I'll put it right there for the moment. About doing the composition in the dark like this, my trick is to go with the 1 second exposure, and I crank the ISO at, like I'm currently at 40,000. Okay. So this is allowing me to get an idea of what everything looks like. Where's the Milky Way? Great. So I got it right away. Thank you. It's looking good. Okay. 30 seconds later. Yeah. It's okay. It's just wish the Milky Way would be straight on this one. But can you move just a little bit on my right?
Yeah. Hold on.
In 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Whoa! That's cool. Yeah, the last one is great. Okay, that's it for this spot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going very far. Just right here. Black cap extender, rose bronze, small tube. Black cap with a white sticker to bounce, and I'm going at max power on this one. Not on stroke for the moment, just to test the composition. Oh, you can keep it because I'm not sure about the composition yet. Okay, testing the composition at 1 second. ISO 40,000. Whoa! That's shot. Okay, now that Kim is on the other side of the Milky Way, as the Milky Way is already a little bit crooked, it makes sense with this composition. Milky Way crooked, Kim is straight, and then the mountain going up on the other side. So just going to fine tune a little bit the composition. I got stuck in your dress. Whoa.
How much?
Whoa. Okay, I'm sorry, I like the empty spaces on the other side, but the last one worked super well. I'm gonna change my composition a little bit on the left side, and going to triple check my focus. For the focus, I turn on my headlamp. I go on autofocus on the lens. I click the autofocus button, the back, the AF button, and then I go back to manual, and that's it. It's taking me 2 seconds when I do it quickly. Empty space on the right side. In 3, 2, 1. One, 3, 2, 1. We might go for a stop motion tonight. We have the perfect conditions. It's not too cold. I know it's not super warm currently, but it's not too windy for the moment. Doing a stop motion, time-lapse stop motion with the Milky Way requires very small movement because the Milky Way is moving so slowly. When we're doing it with clouds, then we can go wild. Milky Way, you have to stay still, still. So it's going to be a long stretch, keeping the same pose, and then maybe you can move a little bit. But usually I would go for 8-second exposure time, but maybe I could go with something like 20 seconds. And in that case, I always do my circles at the same speed, which is going to be about 1.5 seconds. And then we let the rest of the exposure for the Milky Way. So my f-stop might be different than usual, just a bit higher. And that would be a way to have more movement of the Milky Way.
And on a single shot, it would. So you need just to adjust. Yeah.
It's just that we need to wait much longer between each circle that I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But that would bring more movement of the Milky Way.
Yeah, because
we'll
between each shot.
do less shots,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll get longer time between each circle, kind of. Okay. But
Sure.
but what kind of pose can you hold for that long? Because that would be about 30 minutes total.
Yeah, it would have to be simple, I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna change the composition a little bit. We'll do it again. And I'll use that to test what I was just saying. So
Yeah.
instead of doing 13 seconds, I'm gonna go to 20 or even 30. Why not? And then I lower my ISO to 1600 and f 2.8 instead of 1.8. Not too sure about this. We'll see. What I know is that it's going to be long. 30 seconds. Yikes. And of course, I have to make sure I'm very well aligned. This is an easier spot because I'm a bit lower than Kim. I look smaller, right? But it's the steep. She's on top of something, and I'm just a bit lower, and that's easier for me to hide myself. Okay, so the alignment is good. I'll go back to strobe. Okay, great. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Not sure if it's harder for you to keep the same pose for 30 minutes or to move with precision during the whole time.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, it's gonna be different. That's for sure. I don't know. Well, I think it's easier for the brain to keep the same pose. It's gonna be more maybe painful at some point, but it requires less precision. So I don't know.
Yeah, I did something wrong
What?
by changing the settings. As my flashlight is not brighter
Yeah, that's
than
what I
your
thought.
darker. You knew about that, but yeah, careful here because I don't have any brightness level on the strobe mode, so let's go a bit shorter. Let's go to 20 seconds. f2.2. I have to go a bit slower with the movement. And the idea here is to have the Milky Way going behind Kim. That's gonna take a long time. Do we have the patience for this? With the wind. In 3, 2, 1. So Kim has to stay still, but I'm currently moving out of the way, and I'm not going to be visible only because I'm moving, but she has to stay still, otherwise she's going to create some form of blurry things all around her. Okay, 20 seconds is not too bad. That's perfect for the composition, the brightness. My circle is not good, but I know what to do. Yep. Same. I did the same twice. What do you think? Are we
So now
going for
you're
it?
at how many seconds?
20.
20.
20-second exposure for 1.5 or 2 second light painting. And I'm pretty sure that if we're going for this, we're going for a full 30 minutes of stop motion. This camera is going to stop at some point, but that's going to be the most boring thing ever.
Yeah.
So it's very simple. We're going to repeat the same movement again and again. The only goal is to get a time lapse of the Milky Way moving behind Kim. So, going for it?
From your point of view, was the angle, like the pose, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was
It's
great.
very simple.
Fuel rush. I'm looking at the rocks on the ground just to be able to keep the same angle for each shot. This is probably the trickiest things we're doing with this technique. Whoa. You don't even need the stop motion for the time lapse. It's really great. Just as is. Okay, so the two are great. The first was better, but not safe because I was very close to the ground, so I'm gonna hit some rocks. Yeah, going for real now. That is so stressful. That's 30 minutes of getting very cold.
See you in a bit.
Do it. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oof. Whoa. Are you okay? Ay, 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 ay. Are you okay, Kim Henry?
Yes.
That was a long one. It's 10:20.
Yeah, but we don't know what time we started.
We don't know. I hope it's good.
Otherwise, it was a good exercise.
We didn't talk very much.
During? No, that would have been harder actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because having you talking was making it harder for me as well. I was wondering how you were.
I don't know.
Doing
Probably I
what?
messed up everything. At some point, I was like, "Am I a bit shifted? Like, am I doing? Am I still doing circle? Where's the button? What's my name?"
Yeah.
But then I stopped talking.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, something that happened too, like the camera that was filming. I know that there's a limit, whatever, but I was not expecting it to film the whole time. But when it stopped, we had a message on the screen. It was super bright, so we had a glow on the foreground. So we might see it there, but might be able to cheat it a little bit. We'll see. Okay, so here it is. We did it with the Milkyway before, but we never had it like going like with that kind of composition. I'm super happy about this one. Yeah, and we know we will not be able to do the same in a few days because the moon is going to be in the way in 2 days. So that was it tonight, and we're lucky it wasn't too windy. It was super cold for you, I guess. Are you crying?
A bit. No. I'm having shivers. No, it wasn't that bad actually. During now I'm cold.
Okay. Okay, let's move.
Yay!
Bye.
Ciao.